So yeah, back in 1995, by the way, this little connection between me and HBW, I'm standing in a grocery store in Simi Valley, California, Albertsons on Los Angeles Avenue, right by your headquarters. And I had what Dan Brandfest and I would talk about. I had a divine intervention in 1 second that changed my life. So I'm hanging out in the grocery store, I'm contemplating my life, and I know that's weird, so what can I say? I'm contemplating my life because the 10 years before that, I was in sales, but I was an abject failure. 10 years I hung on there. 10 years I was in sales, most of it in your industry, not making any money. And the reason I was contemplating my life, I'm done, I'm getting out. Forget it, it's over. It was so bad that I joined the LAPD. I applied for, was accepted, and went through the LAPD Academy. I became a reservist, and I applied and put my package in for full-time, and they accepted me. 1995, LAPD was not a good place to be. It was not a good place to be. Morale was at the all-time low. That, to me, chasing gangsters down the alleyways of 77th Street sounded better than sales to me. I was getting my head beat in. So I'm standing in that grocery store, and I'm going to identify that moment here clearly as to what happened, because it changed everything in an instant. It can happen like that for anybody. It only takes an instant to dramatically change your life. What happened from that point forward is every year from that point forward, I made a lot more money. Regardless of what the markets did, regardless of what the economy did, it went up and down, I made more money to the point where 14 years later, I could make the decision to retire, which is what I did. So at age 46, I retired, and my wife asked me, well, what are you going to do? And I said, what part of the word retirement are you not getting? Now, I said that on the inside. On the outside, I said, gosh, I don't know, what do you think I should do, honey? She said, why don't you put some people in a room and show them what you did? You've been training your own sales teams, and you've been training clients and their sales teams and the financial service as a gift. So what I would do is I would, as a gift for people doing business with me, I would show them what I did, but I didn't have names for it. I just showed them. It's not clear-cut as it is today, not clear-cut as to what you're going to see tomorrow. So I put 30 high-powered executives, sales professionals, wealthy people into a room June 24, 2009, and I did a 3-hour preview of what I did. At the end of that 3 hours, speechless. Their jaws dropped. People hung around for 2 hours after that just talking. They said, Don, oh my gosh, this is it. That was 2 years ago. What we've done up to this point makes that look horrible. Where we are today, and what I believe and what our graduates believe, I truly believe if there's such thing as a real secret to success, I think we have it. I'm going to identify that for you here today. So in 1995, as I'm standing in that grocery store having this epiphany moment, having this divine intervention moment, one of the epiphany moments I had is this, and it's kind of controversial, and some people don't agree with me, but I'm going to prove this here to you today. Sales training does not work. Sales training does not work. And you don't have to believe me, just know this. For 16 years, I've been looking for evidence. It certainly didn't work for me. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars. No one was more disappointed to find out sales training didn't work than me. Thousands of dollars I spent. I didn't say invested in myself. I said spent, and you and I both know the difference between those two words. There's no evidence, folks, no evidence that sales training works out there. There's none. There's no evidence. You look at the industry we're in. You look at the direct sales industry, financial services. I'm going to submit some proof here. That number right there, and you and I know this statistic very well, that's the number of wealthy people in the United States. 1%, only 1% make it at age 65. 1 out of 100. Now, what we need to know about that is that includes everybody. Being in sales doesn't mean you're going to be wealthy. It includes everybody. Only 1% make it. Millions and millions and millions of people have gone through sales training. Only 1% of salespeople are wealthy. It doesn't matter the industry. It doesn't matter the profession. And I asked people, where's the evidence that sales training works? Where is it? I haven't met one person. I haven't met one person yet that's been through the old sales training that says, hey, I'm wealthy because of it. So I want to talk about the insanity that's going on out there and how we can fix it. Because there is a lot of insanity. You know, what I say to people, you know, we spend money on things, we try to do things, and that's great. We put an effort. But I tell you what, in the pursuit of wealth and the pursuit of success, there is no A for effort. You don't get an A for effort in the pursuit of success. Checking the box does not do anything for us. If we're not applying real methodology and real tangible skills, it doesn't work. So the analogy I want you to picture, and what I want to use for you here, is I want you to picture a river right here on the stage, and we call it the river of wealth. And on this shore over here is the 1%, and we're saying, hey, come on over. You know, there's plenty of room over here. It doesn't have to be this way. Come on over. There's plenty of room. And then on this shore is the 99%. And in fairness to the 99%, not all 99% want to be wealthy. So let's eliminate those folks. But there's a certain number of that 99% that do. If you're not already wealthy, you are in that group that wants to be wealthy. You wouldn't be in this room if you weren't in that case, if that weren't the case. So what does the 99% that want to be wealthy do? They start going down, they start looking for bridges. They're starting to look for bridges. So they're looking for the bridge of knowledge. How many of you in this room have read 1, 2, or all 3 of these books by a show of hands? I've read all 3, phenomenal books. It's not like the information's not there. The information is there. But again, folks, let's get our heads out of the sand. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm in the business. I work with thousands of professionals a year, just like you. I have never met one person yet who said to me, I'm wealthy because of one of those books. I'm not saying they're not out there. I have not met one of those people yet. Oh, thank God for Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I am now wealthy. I've never heard that. Now, again, in fairness, I'm not saying they're out there. I haven't met them. Well, let's look at the evidence. 78 million people have read 1, 2, or all 3 of those books. There's 3 million wealthy people. And you know what I know? A lot of the wealthy people I know have not read those books. Where's the disconnect? Let me stand corrected. I know 3 people that are wealthy because of those books. And I'll be fair to myself. I wrote a book. Yes, it was a #1 bestseller. Thank you. I love it. I've never met one person that came to me and said, I am wealthy because of your book. Look at Barney. Barney was already wealthy when he read my book, because wealthy people do that. They're always looking for improvement. They're always training. They're always being a professional. So what happens is we try to cross this bridge, a bridge of knowledge. It's rickety. It doesn't work. We come back over here. Okay, well, that didn't work for me. 78 million people tried it. 3 million are wealthy. Most of the 3 million have never read those books. I know what it is. I need to overcome my fears. I've got fears. Everybody has fears. We're going to talk a lot about that today and tomorrow. Everybody has fears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this program. I'm going to go to this 8-hour program at some big stadium. And at the end, I'm going to walk across some hot coals, perhaps. I've done that. And all my fears are going to be gone. It's done. All my fears are gone. I overcame my fears. I always ask myself, you know, they do those programs at the Anaheim Pond near my office in Orange County, and is it safe to be around that place when that thing empties out at the end of that night? I mean, 15,000 fearless people get in their cars. I mean, that's like a nightmare. So we go after our fears, and we try to cross that bridge, you know, and it's rickety, it doesn't work, and we run back here. Folks, look at the evidence. Millions of people have walked across hot coals since 1983. I'm not saying they're out there. I'm not saying they're out there. I haven't met one person who's ever come up to me and said, hey, thanks to hot coals, I am now wealthy. I know a lot of wealthy people. None of them have walked across hot coals.